Leveling in Diablo 4 can be a little bit of a hassle, and some people don't want to go through the whole slogfest that it can be. Sometimes they just want to be able to blast their way through so that they can get their build online in the end game. So don't worry guys, today's video I'm going to be talking about the best leveling strategy so you can just absolutely blast your way to level 100 potentially. And this actually does have a leg up on some other leveling strategies because you're also going to be able to get glyph experience while doing this. But before we hop in, if you guys find this video useful, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out my channel and it also promotes me in the YouTube algorithm, so I'd really appreciate it. But with that covered, let's get into the actual leveling strategy. And to start things off, this is a group play strategy. You are going to need at least one other person. But if you are a solo player, don't click away just yet. If you are looking to join a group, leave a comment down below. Some people that are also looking might end up messaging you. Or if you guys want, I would be willing to set up a Discord server so that people can find groups to play with. But it is a decent amount of work, so I'm only going to do it if you guys actually want that to be a thing and you would actually use it. So let me know if you want to be part of that in the comments down below. But after you have your group, you're going to have to pick the right Nightmare Sigil in order to run this dungeon. If you're just looking for straight leveling experience, I do recommend Alder's Cave. It has really good mob density, it's a pretty easy layout, it's not terribly hard either. But if you are looking to farm something in particular, maybe you're looking for a Tempest Roar, then find a sigil that you enjoy that has something like Cultists or Cannibals so you have a higher chance of dropping it. If you are looking to farm something specific, it is going to change based off that, but again, just looking for straight experience, Alder's Cave, it's amazing. Now next up, before you actually start the sigil and pop it, you want to make sure that the person that is going to be using it is the party leader. This is very important, so whoever's popping it, make sure that they're leading that group. Then after you do pop it, run to the dungeon or teleport to the dungeon, whatever you want to do, but don't go in just yet, there is still a little bit more setup. Before you actually go into the dungeon, what you're going to have to do is pass party leader to the other person. Once they get the invitation, they accept it, and then they immediately pass it back to the original person. But that original person does not hit accept, they decline it. Now this has a whole lot of voodoo trickery stuff going on in the back end, but essentially what it does is create two different instances of the dungeon. One that you guys are going to be going in and running, and the other one is going to make sure that the sigil doesn't actually get consumed, even though you are going to be completing it. After you do this, you are free to go into the dungeon and run it and complete it as normal, and then at the end, just get your glyph experience. But after you finish the dungeon, one person that's not the party leader is going to leave the party, and you're just going to do that entire thing over again. You're going to invite everybody, the party leader is going to pass it, they're going to try and pass it back, they're going to decline it, it's going to create two different instances, you're going to go back in, you're going to run it. It's very, very simple, there's a little bit of setup to do, and you have to remember to pass the party leader back and forth, but other than that, you're able to just complete these dungeons over and over and over, and you get a ton of experience in doing so. Now, for those of you that are wondering, you can do the party leader pass back and forth at any point in time during the dungeon. You can even do it right before the boss is killed. I do highly recommend doing it at the beginning of the dungeon just so that it's a muscle memory so that before you go in the dungeon, you do the pass back and forth, and you make sure that you don't actually forget to do this. If you forget to do this, then the sigil is going to be consumed and you're going to have to find another one. And sometimes it can be a pain in the butt to find a sigil that you actually enjoy running, that has good modifiers, and is a pretty decent level. And of course, as you are leveling up, you should always be trying to kill monsters that are at least 3 levels above you. So try to plan your sigils out so that you can do it that way, because then you're actually getting the most out of the monster experience bonuses. If you aren't struggling to kill those monsters that are 3 levels above you, then it might be worth it to actually go for monsters that are maybe even potentially 6 levels above you, so you have a lot of time to spare before you have to find a new sigil. And the experience is good, you're going to be getting a lot of levels, you're also going to be getting some good glyph experience, but that's not all, you are also going to be getting a ton of gold. I was getting millions of gold per hour when I was doing this with a buddy of mine, and I wasn't even selling everything, I was also scrapping at the blacksmith. So just picking up the gold that's off the ground and selling an item here and there, you're going to be getting so much gold so you can re-roll those items that you need for your build potentially. The strategy is absolutely insane and can net you a ton of experience in a very little amount of time, but I'm curious to know, what do you guys think of season 1 so far? Let me know in the comments down below. And again, if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.